I have often found myself a student of life, learning daily who it is that I am and who it is that I was told to be. I have been busy denying my fire, busy dimming my glow, living in the shadow of stories I never wrote, living in the fear of what happens when I burn. Fire consumes, fire spreads, fire destroys. That's what they say. They call it reckless. Say it will swallow you whole. They tell you to keep it contained, to keep yourself contained. But I was born to create. I was born to give warmth. I was born to purify. Destruction and renewal both live in the same flame. The gaslit they fed me, the slow drip of doubt, the whispers that kept me small, they were only ever fuel. The words meant to smother me only ever made me brighter. And so I burn, not out of control, not without purpose, but in a way that refuses to be put out. I do not ever wish to live in the absence of fire. I wish to live in the presence of things worth burning for. If you were honestly to ask me how I measure success, I would never ever say through money. And I know a lot of people say that, but when I look around, all I see is how to scale, how to grow, how to optimize, how to win. And for me, that has never ever been the point. Last week I attended an event and I honestly almost didn't go. I used to go to so many networking events thinking that this is where I'd find my people, and I didn't. The conversations, they just felt so transactional. Like everyone was almost just waiting for their turn to speak. I left those rooms feeling drained, like I had to play a role just to be taken seriously. But this event, it was different. It was intentional, it was human. It was a room full of women who were actually doing business in the way that felt real. Not based on competition, but based on community. Not based around burnout, but based around alignment. It was intentional, it was human, it was honestly everything that I needed to fill my cup that day. And I didn't even expect to feel that way because of everything that I'd been used to in the past. And it was just an amazing reminder of everything that I'm working towards, not just being successful and building something that is successful, but actually building something that is right for me. And I think that's what I've struggled with a lot when scaling my business and being an entrepreneur, is just this narrative around success and what that's meant to look like. And just being in the space, it reaffirmed the fact that it is not about how big something gets. For me, it is about how aligned it is. If I can live in a way that reflects my values, if I can look at my work and say, this means something to me, this actually reflects my values, it is more than enough for me. But I find that somehow the world has convinced us that enough is actually just not enough. We're told and encouraged and given things that keeps us chasing, that keeps us growing, that keeps us wanting. And I've done that, and it has honestly left me so exhausted. And that is just not the way I wish to live my life anymore. And what's even crazier is that this version of success that we're all working towards and that was shown is actually so new. This is not how people lived before. 50 years ago, success was not about followers or brand deals. 80 years ago, people weren't caring about engagement. People were literally trying to survive war. They were having a number of kids so that they could have money to support their livelihood. And this success that we have been given, this version of it that we've been told that's attainable but always feels like slightly out of reach, it is not normal. It is literally just our normal. And the more time that goes on, the more that I realize that I do not want to be stuck in a version of success that only exists because somebody else told me that that's what success is meant to be. I'd rather just put me first and do what's best for me. And I would love to know what fuels you. What are the things that you think are worth burning for? If success wasn't about running faster or getting more or moving right, what is it that you would actually do?